Welcome to Lesson 22 of the American English Pronunciation course. In today's lesson, you're going to learn how prefixes and suffixes change word stress. Prefixes and suffixes are sets of letters added to the beginning or ending of a word to change its meaning or form. For example, adding the prefix un to happy makes the word unhappy, which is equivalent to not happy or sad. Adding the suffix able to inflate makes the word inflatable. This is an adjective describing something that can be inflated. In these two examples, the addition of the prefix and suffix doesn't change the stress of the main word. Happy, unhappy, inflate, inflatable. But some prefixes and suffixes do change the position of the stress. For example, the verb educate has the stress on the first syllable, but when we say education, the stress changes from ed to k. Let's begin with the prefixes and suffixes that don't change the stress of the main word. In and im, possible, impossible, ability, inability, professional, unprofessional, over, react, overreact, under, estimate, underestimate, able, measure, measurable, music, musical, produce, producer, full, power, powerful, hood, neighbor, neighborhood, eyes, colony, colonize, less, color, colorless, recent, recently, meant, employ, employment, ness, lazy, laziness, ship, partner, partnership. Okay, that was the easy part. Now let's study the suffixes that change the word stress. The good thing about these changes is that they are consistent. So when you know how to pronounce one example, you'll be able to pronounce any word with that ending. The suffixes tion, ian, or cian, and ic change the stress to the syllable immediately before the suffix, as we saw with educate and education. Practice with these examples. Locate, location, civilize, civilization, compose, composition, exhibit, exhibition, evolve, evolution, substitute, substitution, comedy, comedian, civil, civilian, pediatrics, pediatrician, music, musician, artist, artistic, economy, economic, hygiene, hygienic, period, periodic, symbol, symbolic. Longer words ending with y. In these words, the stress always falls 2 syllables before the y. For example, generous, generosity. The ending ity is the most common, but we also have others. Practice with these examples. Public, publicity, national, nationality, reliable, reliability, electric, electricity, method, methodology, choreograph, choreography, confidential, confidentiality. This rule of the word stress being 2 syllables before the y always applies, even if the word doesn't originate in a shorter word. So now you know how to pronounce ministry, biography, astronomy, analogy, diversify, vicinity. Finally, we have some suffixes that take the stress on the suffix itself. For example, the verb amputate and the noun amputee, meaning a person who has had an amputation. There aren't too many words with these endings in English, but it's helpful to practice a few of them to help you remember the rule. Employee, trainee, engineer, volunteer, bachelorette, kitchenette, grotesque, picturesque. When we put all these rules together, we get some families of words with different stresses. Democrat, democracy, democratic, photograph, photography, photographic, national, nationality, nationalization. English pronunciation is certainly interesting, isn't it? You've finished Lesson 22. In tomorrow's lesson, we're going to begin talking about sentence stress.